What's going guys, Zennosh here, and today in this video of Epic 7, welcome to the beginner's guide. Alright, in this guide, I'm actually going to recommend you the top 7 heroes that you can start building right off the bat as a beginner, because they are gonna have a really great uses, if not only in the early game but even in the late game contents as well, and they are actually gonna help you by tons. Okay, and by investing on them, it's never a bad thing. So without any doubt at all, you can actually start building them up right off the bat, because there are so many heroes right here in this game which can pretty much confuse you, like should I really build this one or should I really build that one, especially for those free to play type of players who are still the beginners in this game, who are really trying to understand the math of this game. Okay, so I'm actually trying to really assist those kind of beginners. All right, so let's get this started. So my first choice that I'm actually going to explain to you guys is gonna be the Vildred. Okay, so you might be asking, oh my god, he's a 5-star knight character unit. Okay, he's a 5-star knight hero, so why are you actually recommending this guy to us? Well, obviously, whenever you are going to start a new account in the Epic 7, you are actually gonna get that chance to re-roll, right? I mean, like, you can actually do like multiple covenant pulls, multi-pulls, until the time you are actually satisfied with what you have got so far, or you can actually re-roll again. Okay, I would say, like, please try to Vildred at that point. I've even actually made the beginner's guide series or saga containing the Vildred, and how I have really able to manage to actually clear most of the like basic PvE contents by Vildred, and just complete that adventurous path to get that really amazing items for the beginner support. Right, well, Vildred is Vildred. He's one of the really amazing hero unit out there, not only for the early game but even for the mid game and the late game contents. Okay, he's actually very impressive for any kind of like content right out there. First of all, guys, he's really good for the PvE content especially. All right, because like he can actually wipe out all those like like low health critters really fast. He's very good at making a very fast clearance of the opponents, because like most of his attacks are AoE attacks. Okay, just his first attack, that is like a minor AoE attack that only attacks 2 enemies, whereas his second skill and his third skill pretty much attacks like everyone on the map. Okay, so that means like you can actually progress pretty fast, and if you actually manage to kill any one of the opponent, he pretty much follows up with his dancing blade. That pretty much is an AoE attack, and that can really get rid of the opponents, and this is also the reason why he is gonna be so great even for the PvP content. Okay, so just try to set him right, and if you actually manage to just kill one opponent, he's actually going to follow up with this dancing blade, which also really does a very massive amount of damage, and pretty much you can actually swipe out the entire opponent team, whether it be the PvP content or the PvE content. And best part of all is that like his devotion skill, guys, with the imprint release, he can actually provide the speed boost up to like plus 12 speed to everyone. Okay, which is going to be so important if you really want to outspeed your opponents in the arena content, because in the arena contents, guys, or let's say in the late game contents, well, speed is everything. Okay, and just being able to allow that plus 12 additional speed up boost for your main CR booster, like let's say Roozid, okay, or let's say Rose, or let's say Desert Jewel Bazaar, DJ Bazaar, like those kind of units, if you can actually manage to give them some extra speed up boost, they will have easier time in landing the first turn in the arena right at the bat, and that will really give you an extreme advantage indeed. And this is the reason why I really love Vildred. Okay, he's an impressive unit, especially for the cleave teams in the arena content, and well, you can cleave your way towards most of the stages in the PvE content. Even if it's the hard content, you can still, like, just breeze them through. Okay, if you can just really build them really super duper hard. Okay, if you guys really don't know like how to build him up, you can actually pretty much check out my guide. Anyways, there are so many other YouTubers who have pretty much put out the guide on the characters like this one, and you can pretty much follow up that guide. Okay, so I would say like the #1 priority should always be Vildred. Please try to get him as your main 5-star net hero unit from your multiple covenant summon right at the bat as soon as you start a new account. Okay, and that's the Vildred for you. He's definitely a must-have unit and a must-pull unit, and that's the only 5-star character that I'm actually going to talk in this video. Okay, now let's move into the next unit. Okay, so who is it gonna be the next unit that will actually sweep you off your feet? Okay, what if like you really don't have Vildred, like let's say you have already rolled on and you kind of settled for like Ken or let's say Cidd or any other like other 5-star net hero units, okay, who might not actually be really that good in you know, dealing a lot of AoE damages, okay. I mean, like, except for Cidd. Cidd is good as well, but I think Vildred is better than him. In that case, guys, I would actually refer to you guys Lena. She is a dark horse, okay. I mean, like, she is this really potential. I mean, like, she has a lot of potential to deal a very good AoE damage, okay. So let's look into her skills. This is gonna be her final skill, her skill 3, that's called Exposed. What's gonna happen is, like, she's gonna attack all enemies, and as long as she actually lands any kill, the cooldown does not occur on her ultimate skill. That means, like, she can keep on pulling off this barrage of attack as long as she can manage to kill the units, okay. I'm like, she's a macho girl, okay. Right over there. Damn, oh damn, hot, isn't it? Okay, so right over there. And guess what, guys, she's even awesome for the arena contents, because, like, she can decrease the combat readiness of the opponents by up to 20%, okay. In arena content, guys, speed is the best stat that you can have, and the best skill effect that you can actually apply on or against the opponent is gonna be the CR boost or CR decrease effects, okay. And the best thing that you can actually get from the Lena is gonna be this CR decrease, okay, to the opponents, which is so amazing. This is too amazing. And guess what, guys, she's of ice element as well, guys. In the arena content, ice is the meta. There are so many ice elemental heroes that are actually pretty much dominating the arena contests, like SSB, Seaside Bellona, DZ, okay. And those are the units that are pretty much crippling the, you know, like arena contents. And right over here, Lena being the ice element as well, she is actually gonna have much viability in the you know, like, in the general contents, okay, majority of the contents of the game. And that's Lena for you guys. So with this skill said right over here, guys, oh my, I mean, like, she is actually gonna be so versatile, whether it be the arena content or the PvE content. She is definitely great, and she is gonna be really good farmer as well. She can actually land a lot of killing blows right at the bat. Just try to get those superb attack set gears from the adventurous path. Once you clear all the contents, you will be able to get that one, okay. So don't worry about that one, and try to equip it on the Lena if you don't have Vildred, or let's say Cidd, or like any kind of like AoE or let's say cleaver hero units, okay. Lena is gonna be a really strong candidate. And guess what, guys, she's a 3-star net hero unit. And that's it and done. What's gonna happen is that, like, to skill up her, okay, to level up her skill, you don't really need Molagora. You can just proceed with the Stigma, okay. And that's very, very amazing thing that's gonna happen with the 3-star net character units. Whereas for the 4-star net heroes and the 5-star net heroes, you pretty much need Molagora. But for 3-star net, you really don't need Molagora. That means, like, it's very easy, very, very easy indeed to max out her skills right off the bat, okay. And that obviously gonna is gonna be very, very helpful earlier on in the game, okay, because, like, leveling up your skill is gonna be very, very vital. So right over here, guys, skill enhance actually provides you additional damage boost, right? So that's that. And guess what, guys, with her second skill, she's actually gonna have that increase in 50% of crit hit chance, which is superb indeed, okay, to just raise the critical hit chance passively. It's very amazing skill. Why? Because it's gonna be really hard for you guys to get the critical hit chance on your substats, and you can pretty much already focus on the critical hit damage as the primary stat on your necklace, okay, instead of going for the crit hit chance. That means, like, you have much better chance of dealing more damage output to your opponents, making your third skill even much better and a guaranteed thing, okay. So that means, like, she's really meant out for the damage, okay. And still you can use her in the arena content as well as the speed team or the main damage dealer as well, meaning, like, let's say you are following up after the Vildred, right? So Vildred is actually gonna deal some damage, and then, like, he actually could not actually deal some really good damage to actually kill or land a killing blow on even, like, one opponent, and he pretty much transfers the baton to you, or let's say transfers the turn to you. What's gonna happen is that, like, guys, she's actually gonna deal even extra damage if the amount of the enemy, I mean, like, amount of the health of the enemy is already lost, okay. If the enemy has already decreased HP, right, the health, they're actually gonna receive bonus damage, okay. So there we go. So Lena can actually go as the first if you really want to push the opponent really far away, or you can actually place her on the lost, okay, in the line, so that like she can actually deal even more better damage output. So that's Lena for you guys, okay. And with her first skill, well, she can actually improve her own combat readiness. That means like she can get her next turn really fast, okay. And that's Lena for you guys, as she's incredibly amazing unit indeed. If you really don't have like a really good cleavers like Vildred and Cidd, then you can actually proceed with Lena. She is definitely not gonna embarrass you guys, okay. She's definitely not gonna disappoint you guys. So that's Lena for you guys, okay, right? And what about the another unit? What's gonna be the next choice? Okay, I would say Karin. Okay, well, yes, she is a 4-star nat hero unit, and you might be asking like, oh my god, it's not really that easy to get her. I would say like, hell yeah. Whenever you are actually doing multiple summons, okay, most of the time you are actually gonna land with this unit. I mean, like, I've got so many copies of Karin. Karin is kind of like very common unit in this game. I'm like, hands down. I'm like, I've actually got so many copies. I'm like, I am so sad that I've not actually managed to get even one extra copy of Cidd. Cidd is so rare indeed. Whereas for Karin, damn it, she is so frequent, okay. I mean, like, she is very common indeed. A common 4-star nat drop during your covenant summons. And well, what is so special about Karin? Okay, Karin is just too amazing, especially for the Wyvern team. Even when you are trying to defeat the Wyvern boss hunt 13, level 13, she is gonna be of great help. She can actually pack a lot of punch. She can actually deal an incredible amount of damage. I've even created a video where I have actually just one-shot the Wyvern 11, boss hunt 11 a long time ago, and that's Karin for you guys, all right? And thanks to her second skill, she can even get her extra turn without even spending any kind of like soul burn effect, okay. So that's the thing right over there. And she can even decrease the defense of the opponent, and that's gonna be really great indeed, especially for the boss hunts, especially in the Wyvern hunt, okay. Wyvern hunt is that boss hunt, or let's say that gear dungeon, where you are actually gonna get the best gear, okay. The speed gears, like I think the crit gears as well, or let's say, you know, like the most awesome gears that you would really want to have equipped on your hero units, okay. All right, so there we go. So she is obviously going to be very important indeed, and even her third skill is actually going to demand a lot of damage, and just with that 10 soul burn effects, she's actually going to deal even more better damage. Wow, that's really awesome indeed, right? And there is a lot of damage involved with her, and even her like devotion skill is really great as well. Just try to go with the imprint concentration to provide her even better like critical hit chance rate, and that's gonna really allow her to deal very you know, like frequent time, like she will be able to deal like critical damage frequently, okay. That's what I wanted to say. So there we go, that's Karin for you guys. And she obviously being an ice elemental hero, she's obviously gonna belong to the current meta as well. Obviously she might not really have that really amazing you know, like viability in the arena contents. She, you know, like most of the players really do not love to use her, but still for the PvE content, especially for the boss hunt, she is actually going to be very useful indeed. So please try to build her up, especially for the late game content. She's actually going to be very important, especially if you are in the early game as well. If you have any kind of like hard type like boss hunts, or let's say boss battles, then she's actually going to help you a lot, okay, earlier on in the game as well. So that's Karin for you guys, all right. Well, what about the next unit? Who is it gonna be? And I would say it's gonna be Angelica. Okay, she is a 4-star nat hero unit, and just like Karin, she is one of the really common drop in the 4-star category as well, and she is really amazing in it. And she is like a late game content hero unit as well for the Wyvern hunts, okay. So that means like she is definitely gonna be one of the most frequently used unit in the entire game. Angelica is that amazing. She's a soul weaver. That means like she's a really great healer in this game. She can heal with her like second skill, Origin of Life. The healing amount that she actually provides to the entire team is too awesome, and it only has a 2 turn of cooldown. That's like, what? Yeah, only 2 turn of cooldown, guys. It's so fast. She can actually heal really fast, okay. The next one is the Guide of the Goddess, okay, and it has a 4 turn of cooldown. And guess what, guys? If you actually gonna soul burn this one, she's actually gonna provide that barrier and immunity for 4 turns. For freaking 4 turns, which is gonna be very essential if you are going to fight in Abyss, or let's say Automation Tower, or like Azimanic Hunt, okay, Labyrinth, whatever it is, okay, whatever the PvE content or the PvP content, she is actually gonna be definitely the one that you should really like go after. Okay, she is one of the best soul weaver in the entire game due to all those heals and plus that barrier and immunity for 4 turns, for freaking 4 turns. It's insane. Okay, it's really insane. I just really love her, guys. And with her first attack or fast skill, she has a 20% chance to stun the target as well. All right, the effect chance can improve up to like 25%, which is really great indeed, which is going to be obviously great for the PvP content as well. Though she is not really that like frequently used in the PvP contents, but for the PvE content she is a queen. Okay, she is a queen for PvE contents, whatever it is, whether it be the hunts, whether it be the labyrinth, automation tower, abyss, whatever it is, just name it, she is gonna be good over there. So that's Angelica for you guys. Definitely a must-have unit, and if you get her, try to build her up right away. You are never ever gonna regret for building her up. Okay, she is really that awesome. She is really that awesome. Try to invest everything on her. Okay, try to really build her up really fast, and she is definitely gonna help your team a lot throughout the entire session of the contents. Okay, from the early game towards the late game content, and that's Angelica for you guys. Okay, and she is just damn amazing. I just really love her. Well, now let's move on to the next unit. Who is it gonna be? Okay, who is gonna be the next one that I should really refer to you guys? It's gonna be a 3-star net character unit. That's gonna be Montmorancy. Well, you can actually speciality change her and change her into Angelic Montmorancy. She is one of the definitely most used unit, not only in the PvE content but even in the PvP content. Okay, and this is the reason why I am actually recommending this unit to you guys. She is freaking too awesome. She is very fast. She's very fast, and she can channel within her skills really fast as well due to very low cooldowns. Okay, 2-turn cooldown in just her like second skill, guys. I mean, like, even though it says 2-turn only cooldown, like whenever she is using her skills in the PvP content, most of the time when I'm actually facing the battle against her, she just channel her skill too fast. She just has too much heal, and the way that she heals is incredible. Okay, she can hit a lot of lost HP, and that's what I really love about her. Really love about her. And guess what, guys? Due to the imprint concentration, having that effect resistance, she can actually resist a lot of debuffs and many other like negative status effects incoming, and that also really allows her to be quite better than any other soul weaver in the arena contents. Okay, whereas for the PvE contents as well, she's really great. If you really need some heal, she's right over there. She's too fast. She's too fast. Okay, Angelic Montmorancy, like, I never had any idea that like why is she so good. Okay, I mean, like, the way that she is actually being used in the arena content is just too good. And guess what, guys? She's a 3-star net character unit or hero unit. That means like you really don't require any Molagora to skill her up. Okay, it's just require that stigma and some really good catalyst. Okay, and that's all you will require in order to improve her skill enhancement. Okay, and that's gonna be it. Okay, and she's gonna be provided for you guys right away, and you can improve her, like, skill devotion without any problem at all, because like she is too frequently dropping during the covenant summons. Okay, she just drops so easily. I mean, like, there's gonna be very high chance to get her right off the bat. And if you get this Montmorancy, okay, not this one, this Montmorancy right off the bat, just build her up. Okay, just get her to at least level 50 right away. She's gonna be of really great help. Okay, and please try to awaken her, or let's say specialty change her. Okay, specialty change her into the Angelic Montmorancy, and she's actually going to deal a very good amount of, she's going to recover a lot of HP for your allies. Okay, and that's that, guys. Just look at that. Even with the first skill, she can actually put the enemies into sleep, which is very great. Whereas for her second skill, there is a lot of like healing going on out there, and she's gonna dispel like 1 debuff from all allies. That's really great indeed as well. A minor type of like AoE cleanse, superb indeed. Okay, and heals debuffed allies. Okay, so there we go. The next one is gonna be the earnest prayer. Recovers allies' health and grants immunity for 2 turns. Immunity for 2 turns, guys. Wow. and dispelling 2 debuffs before increasing the caster's combat readiness by 50%. So there we go, guys. There we go, guys. This is the reason why she is so readily available for healing, okay? And it only has a 3 turn of cooldown, and being granted that 50% combat readiness right off the bat, she is actually going to allow to use this like purification right off the bat, okay? And guess what, guys, with the soul burn effect, she's actually gonna grant this effect to all allies as well, okay? So there we go, guys. You can pretty much soul burn it as well. If you really want to do that in the arena content, you would really love to have like Tegel's ancient book equipped on your mage units, okay? So yeah, those are the things that are pretty much complicated and can be discussed later on in the other contents, okay? So anyways, Angelic Montmorancy is a endgame type of like hero unit who is still used in the higher tiers or like higher levels of the PvP arena, okay? And she is definitely like worth building up. So try to get her and try to specialty change her ASAP, okay? And that's the Angelic Montmorancy for you guys. And who is gonna be the next unit? I would say Mascot Hazel, okay? She's also a specialty change character from the Hazel, okay? So once you get Hazel, congratulate yourself, who is a very, very common drop indeed, okay? From the Covenant summons. Try to specialty change her into the Mascot Hazel at the level 50. It's very possible and it's very easy to do that as well. All right, and just try to get her to this one. And the best thing that she's actually going to provide is gonna be that greater attack boost, okay? The greater attack boost actually provides you the 75% increase in attack, okay, for the fire type allies. This greater type of attack boost is very rare in this game, okay? Usually the usual type of like attack boost only provides you 50% of increase in attack, but for the fire type allies, being allowed that 75% increase attack boost, it's gonna be insane. If you have units like Soul Bad Guy or let's say Sarmia, okay, those kind of like fire units, oh my god, they are actually going to deal really impressive amount of damage with the Mascot Hazel being around, and she can actually heal a lot as well. I actually use her frequently, okay? I really do use her very, very frequently indeed. She has a lot of things that actually is very useful indeed, but with those like 2 healing spells, the best thing that I actually can see right over here is gonna be the greater attack boost for the fire elemental allies, okay? Like Sarmia. Sarmia is a very great single target nuke, all right? And with this greater increase in attack being around, it's gonna be really great. Soul Bad Guy is a very limited type of character as well, so I would not say like that's gonna be really great as well. But for other units like let's say what's his name, Karin, okay, that's gonna be great as well. Whereas he has a soul burn effect with the 10 souls only, that extends the duration of the buff granted by this skill by 1 turn. So she is actually gonna like increase that duration of the greater attack boost by 1 turn more, okay? So that's really, really awesome, not only for 2 turns but for 3 turns. So that's Mascot Hazel for you guys. If you really are trying to progress the game with the help of like fire elemental heroes, then she's definitely a must-have unit, okay? So that's the Mascot Hazel for you guys. What about the next and the last unit, okay? I would actually say it's gonna be the Roozid, okay? So once you get this doggy, okay, try to take him to the level 50 and please specialty change him into the Righteous Thief Roozid, okay? This guy right over here. After you specialty change that Roozid, he is actually going to convert into Righteous Thief Roozid, and he is definitely the one of the best meta out there, okay? I mean, like, even I myself use him, all right? And he has too much speed, plenty of speed stat. And guess what, guys? Most of the time, he is the one who actually starts the battle, okay? I mean, like, as soon as the arena battle starts, he's the one who actually, you know, like, starts the first turn, okay? And then, like, he can actually provide that CR boost for everyone, okay? All allies are granted increased speed for 2 turns and have combat readiness increased by 20%. That can be improved up to like 25% through the power of the moon. Also grants the caster continuous heal for 2 turns. So there we go, guys, all right? And that's really, really great indeed right over there. Just this combat readiness boost is too amazing. This will really allow your entire team to just be on the higher priority of the CR rating, so that like before your opponent can actually make any move, you are actually gonna be able to wrap up the battle. This is actually gonna be really great, especially for the cleaving teams, like having Lena and the Vildred around. Okay, in that kind of like cleave teams, you can actually have a really great advantage with the righteous thief Roozid being around. He just really allows your entire team to be on the higher priority. And in the arena, guys, having the highest like a CR priority or the speed stats, that really actually wraps up the battle. Okay, and righteous thief Roozid actually can actually convey, or let's say make your battle a sure win in the arena content, or let's say in the guild wars later on in the mid game and the late game content. Whereas for the early game contents, I would not actually really advise this unit for you guys, but still you can still use him, okay, for the early arena contents as well. I mean, like, yes, why not? Okay, just build him a little bit right, okay, with those speed gear sets. Obviously we are gonna have easier time to outspeed your opponent in the arena content, and with the Lena and the Vildred being around, oh my god, you are actually gonna dominate them. Okay, you are actually going to deal a very massive amount of damage against your opponents, and you are gonna have very easy victory in the arena content, being able to get a lot of conquest points, and you can pretty much exchange your conquest points to get a lot of level 88 type of equipments, right? Just exchange for them. All right, and that's the arena content for you guys. Okay, arena content really do provide a lot of amazing rewards. Okay, the reward system is really great, so arena content is a must do you thing. Okay, like you should really pursue the arena content right over there. Whereas for the PvE content, I really do not recommend him. Okay, so that's the thing right over there. Not really recommendable unit for the arena for the PvE contents, but for the PvP content or the arena content, definitely a must-have unit indeed. Okay, so that's the righteous thief Roozid for you guys. When you actually specialty change him, you can even improve his speed stats. So right over here, guys, when we look into his previous stats, what's gonna happen right over here is that like his speed is only gonna be like 106, but when you actually keep on improving his like skill tree, or let's say like ability tree, or let's say like the passive boost, his speed can actually go up to 114, I guess. And that's very high. That's really high. 114 speed, that's really high. Okay, and this will really allow righteous thief Roozid to stay front line. Okay, it's on the front line. And the next thing that is really good with him is also gonna be his devotion skill, that actually provides a speed boost to the entire team. Speed boost, guys, yes, that is so amazing. That means like he's actually going to really provide that huge speed boost and CR boost to everyone in the team. And that's pretty much wrap it up. Okay, and this is the reason why he's so super cool, super duper amazing, and awesome unit indeed, this righteous thief Roozid. Okay, so these are the 7 heroes that I really do recommend to you guys as a beginner to build them right away, ASAP, as soon as you see them. Okay, because like in the near game, in the mid game or in the late game content, they are still gonna be very useful indeed. Okay, very useful to actually like tackle the major contents of the game and to get a lot of rewards as much as possible, so that you can have easier gameplay progression. Okay, so that's that. And Roozid also becoming a like 3-star net unit, you really don't need any Molagora indeed. Okay, just some stigma and the catalyst will do. And what about the honorable mentions? Okay, yes, there might be some players, or there are so many players actually who might actually like point out a lot of fingers against my opinion. So I would also really love to clear that one out. So first hero unit in my honorary mention is gonna be Cidd. Yes, people do really love Cidd, but the thing is that like, guys, I mean like he is sort of like going out of meta, I would say, because like in the higher leagues, I mean like you will not actually see the Cidd being used around at all. Okay, I mean like pretty much he is usually substituted by the assassin Cidd, and even the assassin Cidd is not used that frequently compared to the like this Cidd. Okay, I mean like, yes, he's great, but he is not the like the meta right now. I mean like he's not actually gonna deal a very impressive amount of damage in the PvE contents. I would say like no, he's not really gonna be that great character unit for the boss hunts or let's say any kind of like end game contents right out there, because like I've actually seen a lot of videos by so many YouTubers out there, so many players out there who actually claim that this Cidd is so amazing and great, and when I actually saw his damage output, I was not really impressed at all, guys. So I would definitely say that like not really a good unit for the PvE content, because there are so many other hero units that can pretty much nuke a lot more damage into the opponents, and that will just make it much easier for you guys. And the another thing that you have to really notice that he's the earth type elemental hero. Even though like in his ultimate skill he has an elemental advantage, but well guys, I mean like the damage is not really that great, okay? But if you can use him right in the early game and in the mid game content, you can pretty much dominate in the PvP contents. But later on, as you keep on moving up the ladder, you can pretty much see that like how limited this character actually can get, because he has no AoE attack, he has no CC control, okay? So those kind of things actually can make him a little bit limited in that sense. And he's a very slow farmer in my opinion, okay? People actually try to claim that he's really great, but with the introduction of Lena, come on guys. Come on guys, okay? I would not say really that one, but yeah, he's a really super cool unit, but I really do not love to recommend him, okay? I really did build him up to like level 60, and man oh man, how disappointed I was really disappointed with his performance, okay? So that's the thing right over there. Anyways, now let's move on to the next unit. That's gonna be our Says, okay? Well, Says is Says. If you actually want to go with the Says as well because of his like emo appearance, well, you can go with him as well, all right? But well, the thing is that like before he used to be like one of the best unit in the entire game due to his Says bomb, okay? But as the time passed by, his main S3, or let's say the skill 3, got nerfed really badly, okay? And it is not in that glorious form as before. Before, with his conviction, or let's say this skill 3, he could actually wipe off the entire team, entire opponent team in the arena content as well. He was like one of the most cherished hero indeed, but as it was kind of nerfed, oh man, it really does hurt, because like I really tried to build him up to the max, and when I'm actually fighting against the opponent in the higher arena leagues, I cannot actually get over them with the Says bomb. You know, like the damage is not really that enough to actually get rid of the opponents, okay? And he pretty much gets really limited to the PvE content only. And even in the PvE content, guys, I would say that like he actually demands a very, very heavy build, okay? Very, very heavy build indeed. And it would be really hard for the beginners to actually provide such kind of like like higher stats for this stat hungry hero unit, okay? So that would be very hard for you guys, okay? And that's why I would just really want to just like skip up the hardship. Before, he was really, really super duper amazing, but later on, like due to the nerfing, or let's say his skill 3 being nerfed, he pretty much lost his charisma, okay? His charm, his shine. And right now, lately, you will see him being used nowhere at all, okay? Nowhere at all. Before, he was used everywhere. Right now, nowhere at all. I can see him nowhere. Nowhere, okay? It has been so long that I have not actually seen a single team that actually consists of Says in the arena content. So that's how outdated he is. He is like out of meta already. So that's this Says for you guys. Well, that's really sad story indeed. Well, he was a legend. Right now, okay, that's that. How about the next unit? That's gonna be, I would say, Clarissa, okay? I mean, like, she used to be a very famous character indeed a long time ago. This character unit, because she can actually follow up with her second skill whenever she managed to land a kill, just like Vildred, all right? Well, I would say that, like, like her stats are not really that great. Like her basic stats, which will not really allow you to actually deal a lot of damage to the opponent, and like try to really make a very quick clearance a lot. And guess what, guys? She's definitely a not amazing unit for the arena content. Yes, for the PvE content, usually for like clearing up the mobs, well, she can actually really help you a lot, but for the arena content, she has no feasibility at all. So if you really want to max her out right away, I would say like that would be a waste of your resources, because hey guys, in this game, to get a character to 6-star is really, really hard. It's super duper freaking hard, and I would not really love to spend my valuable resources on this Clarissa. Okay, so hate me, love me, whatever you want to do it. But I would say like Clarissa is not really that great unit to actually invest on because well, she might actually be really great for the early contents, but as the time passes by, she might actually be a disappointment, guys. The next thing is that like she's a 4-star net unit, and she definitely demands of Molagora in order to scale enhance her up. Okay, and that is also another pitfall because like you would really want to use your Molagora only on your 5-star nat heroes earlier on in the game. Okay, but later on in the game, when you have really free time, you have a lot of resources, you are really bored out of this game, you have so many units, and at that time you can start building up the Clarissa. But hey guys, I mean like you can actually look into the track record of the Epic 7, you will see that she is being used nowhere at all. Okay, so that's the Clarissa for you guys. I'm really sorry about saying those kind of things to Clarissa, but before, I mean like in the times in the ancient history, she was really great indeed, but right now she is like okay. How about the next unit? Okay, let's move into the next unit. People actually do say that like she is one of the really amazing units, she has so many high score rating and stuff and blah blah blah. That's gonna be Kluri, guys. You can actually specialty change her. Okay, being a 3-star net character unit or hero unit, you can go into the Flaconer Kluri, and Flaconer Kluri is really impressive indeed. But hey guys, I mean like there are so many limited things going on around with her that actually makes her very unusable anywhere. Okay, I mean like yeah, she has like impressive skills and things are quite good, but it's only for like a single target only. She doesn't have like AoE skills, or she can actually you know like inflict those kind of like defense break or provoke on the AoE skill. There's nothing like that. No CC control, or let's say no AoE attacks, and that actually makes her very limited indeed. There are so many other units who can actually fit the role of the knight, like let's say Charles, let's say Lilias. Okay, those kind of units are pretty much making a really good dominance in the arena content, like let's say Tywin, let's say Kraus. Okay, Crow. Okay, so there we go. Those are the knight unit that you would really want to have if you really want to get like better advantage against your opponent team in the like any content of the game. Okay, and Kluri being so limited in use, she is being used nowhere. Yes, people might say that like, oh my god, she is so amazing for arena. I'm like, hey guys, I mean like I've never seen Kluri being used in the arena till yet. Like what? Yeah. I mean like maybe there are like 1 or 2 instances, but most of the time like 95 to 96% chance that I'm not actually gonna see the face of Kluri in the arena. Okay, so that means like she's pretty much out of the arena. For the PvE content as well, I would not really love to use her because like in the PvE content, you know like you would better want to use the cleaver team, like let's say Vildred says Lena, right? Or let's say SSB, Seaside Bellona. Like these are the units that are pretty much making a very good mark in the PvE contents. Okay, and if you really want to do a single damage burst, I mean like single unit burst, then you know like in the boss hunt, she obviously being of the earth element type, she's definitely not gonna be really helpful for the Wyvern team. Okay, and that is a very great limitation indeed. Earth element is like one of the most hated element in the game, and well, that also makes her really limited indeed. Okay, so that's that, guys. So Kluri, sorry guys, I would really love to say that like nah, I'm like before in the ancient history she was really feared, but right now I would say like it is kind of really useless to pursue her. Okay, so anyways, that's what I can say about to you guys. But hey guys, I mean like it's really up to you how you really want to shape your game. I'm just trying to give my best opinion. Okay, how about the next unit? I would say that would be Commander Lorina. Yes, I think there are so many guys shouting right now, trying to scheme a revolt against me, saying that like Lorina is not really that amazing. I mean like I would say like just an honorary mention. Okay, the Commander Lorina. Well, Lorina is a very common drop even from the Covenant summons. You can even get her through the lobby. Okay, what do you call that special mission? I forgot. Anyways, you can get through connections. Yes, through connections, so you can get her. Lorina, please try to get her to level 50 and try to specialty change her right off the bat into the Commander Lorina. There is going to be a transformation, and as the Commander Lorina, she actually is capable of dealing a lot of damage. She's definitely not a very great unit for PvP content. For arena content, forget her. Okay, she's definitely not gonna be of any help to you guys in the arena. She's definitely gonna be outstead. She's definitely gonna be of no help at all. Whereas for the PvE content, she's obviously gonna have some really good chance to actually show you some really good damage output, especially if the battle actually keeps on like progressing further and further, because she pretty much like increases her attack by up to like 5%, 15% each time the caster attacks an enemy, and effect can only stack up to 5 times. So she can stack it up to like 5 times. Wow, 15 times 5, that's 75, right? Yeah. So she can improve her attack by up to 75% herself. Jesus. Okay, so if the battle keeps on moving on for a very long time, then you can pretty much use her. Okay, but guess what, guys, the things are not really looking that all like rainbow and colors and everything, like that flattering things, whatever there is. It's not gonna go really that great, because you know why? The best boss hunt that you would really want to pursue is obviously gonna be the Wyvern hunt, right? And in the Wyvern hunt, there is a condition. If there is gonna be a character that is non-ice elemental, okay, any non-ice elemental heroes, like let's say Commander Lorina, she's of dark element, right? Her turn ends, the Wyvern is actually gonna get a combat readiness boost of 20%. That is severely gonna hamper your entire team, okay? You would not really love to use any sort of non-ice elemental heroes at all in the Wyvern team. And that actually makes the Commander Lorina very downgraded indeed, okay? Before, yes, there was time when there was no such things at all. But right now, due to the recent development of the content of the games, I mean, like, she is pretty much more limited into, like, Golem hunts or maybe Banshee hunt. Could be, but for Wyvern hunt, definitely not a recommended unit indeed. Okay, well, she can actually definitely be a waifu. She really looks really great indeed, and she can actually pretty much get rid of so many boss units in the like the story mode or the chapter mode. But when you actually try to look into the major late game content, she will definitely fall out. Okay, and well, for arena content, she doesn't have any viability at all, and she's actually losing her versatility over time. Okay, and I'm not really that impressed with the damage as well on the first burst. Okay, she actually requires a lot of turns before she can actually deal a lot of damage, and that can actually be asking for a longer period of battle, and I really don't like a very stressed out battle. All right, I just want like short, sweet, and burst type of damage. So Commander Lorina, not really a very good recommendation from my side. And finally, the last honorary mention unit that I'm actually gonna tell to you guys is obviously gonna be Achates. Okay, this Achates, this girl right over here. Well, definitely, most of the people might say like, she's as good as Angelica. Don't you think so? I would say like, hell no. Before I used to think that Achates is gonna be much better than Angelica, but now I realize that, oh no, Angelica is way better than Achates, because like Angelica can actually provide that immunity buff for like 4 turns, okay? Whereas Achates is also really good as well, being able to provide that invincibility buff, but only just for 1 turn. That is also the another negative thing right over there, just for 1 turn only. All right, and the next thing is that like she's actually gonna provide that curing prayer for everyone. And that pretty much cleanse any sort of like negative status effects right off the bat. So she's like a mini Destina, okay, a mini Destina, and she can actually do a lot of things. So if you are really in desperate need of a very good healer, then you can actually go with Achates. But I think if you really want a really good healer, then Angelic Montmorancy will actually do much better. Well, okay, not only for the early game contents, but even for the end game contents. Okay, so I would really go with the Angelic Montmorancy right off the bat instead of going for the Achates. Okay, well, yes, Achates can actually provide some really good skill sets on the table, but still, compared to Angelic Montmorancy and those Angelica, she is pretty much lagging behind. Okay, So that's what I can actually say about this one. And I would really love to have like offensive capabilities, like let's say how Mascot Hazel is actually going to provide that with that 75% of increased attack boost for fire elemental heroes. That's why I actually placed her in the must-have unit, or else she could have actually gone lesser than the honorary mention as well. All right, but for right now, if you really want definitely a very great, amazing, awesome healer, then it would be the Angelic Montmorancy or the Angelica. Okay, so there we go. Those are the things right over there, guys. Achates is great, but not really that super great in order to just really focus all your resources on, because like in this game, guys, you really have to be very miser. Okay, you have to be very, very greedy in managing your resources, or else you are actually gonna go down really fast. Okay, because like it's very hard to raise a hero unit to 6-star, and that's it, guys. That's it. All right, so this is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to keep on enjoying the contents of my channel. See you guys in the next video.